Okay, well, that was underwhelming. John just opened his soda, but he already opened it earlier before we started the episode, and so critique him down in the comment section down below. He just tried to make it sound like it's bubbling into the mic, and it's not bubbling. Maybe you heard that. That was very... Maybe I'll just like up the audio on your side for that one. It's not working. Oh, okay, well now he just almost had it overflow all over his computer. This is what starts of the episode. Welcome back to the Veteran Rookie Podcast. This is your veteran, Benea, speaking.
It's me, guys.
It's John the rookie, and sometimes I say he's becoming a veteran, but like he's definitely still a rookie.
Yeah, it's the off season.
Look at him.
I have a hat on today.
Keep looking. I also have a hat on today, but that was because you're doing the thing.
Doing the thing with the arm.
The arm is behind you. I have a hat on also, but it's because I used to be outside.
I have a hat on because I'm ugly without one. Well, I'm ugly with one, just
like slightly less.
It covers more of me if you have one on.
Yeah, there's less of John to see, which is like always a good thing.
Yeah.
So we're still in the off season. It's still that way.
Football hasn't happened yet, guys.
Bummer. Most of free agency has cooled down. I mean, that was pretty much the same a week ago. The big stuff right now is no official Aaron Rodgers trade yet, and it will probably still happen. It sounds like it probably won't involve a first-round pick for the Jets. What the frick? But also, I mean, I guess, give us 2 seconds and like a second that like conditionally becomes a first if he plays in 2024 or something. I don't know. It's the off season. And then Lamar officially requested the trade, which changes nothing other than he did request a trade, even though he's been able to talk with teams for like a month now.
Yep.
So Lamar's just out here doing his thing, and nobody wants him.
Is Derrick Henry getting traded?
That's rumors and stuff. Some of these trades might not happen till like the draft though, because like last year AJ Brown didn't get traded till the draft. I don't think Tyreek Hill got traded until the draft either. So there could still be a few big trades on the way. Austin Eckler, another guy who requested a trade. He'll probably be somewhere else. But yeah, it's really weird. No one wants Lamar for some reason. So I guess that's good for the Ravens because no one wants to give him that guaranteed money. And there's some talk that like maybe he'll just sit out. But like you're 26. Why would you sit out one of your like best years of your career that you could have? Because you're not getting, $250 million. You're only getting $200 million. So that's a bummer for Lamar. Those 50. He's really missing out on those 50 mil.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is getting paid more than him.
Honestly,
cringe.
Or you just pay Lamar a couple years earlier. So speaking of Lamar, I was thinking, some possible, trade situations and whatnot. You can let me know what you think of these. Some of these picks and trades might be a touch high just because it seems like there is no interest in them. But like, I'm thinking back to like the Deshaun Watson trade last year, and like he got 3 first-round picks, and there was a lot of other stuff in there for him. Lamar, in my opinion, he's better on the field, and I mean I don't think you even need my opinion to say he's better off the field.
So far, we haven't heard any reports of him doing Deshaun Watson's stuff
or anything even remotely close.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I mean you never know. You never heard that about Deshaun Watson until you did. So, So I'm thinking the ideal spot for Lamar to land would be the Colts. Who gave up the 4th overall pick, which you might say is a little high, but I mean, what are they going to do with that 4th overall pick anyway? They're going to draft a quarterback who is maybe going to be good, like 50% chance is going to be good, or you get Lamar. Yeah, he's going to cost more. Yeah, he's a little bit older, but you know what you're getting. And you're getting a bona fide starter. You're probably saving your job if you're the GM there because you've gone through like 5 quarterbacks in 5 years. So I think that's 100% worth it. And then also a 2024 first. Now, if you're the Colts, you might not be a big fan of giving up to first. But I mean, if you're good this upcoming year with Lamar at quarterback, that won't be a pick into like the 20s. I mean, ideally for Indianapolis, the 30s. You win that Super Bowl. But
well, I don't know about all that.
I don't think they will, but I think they get Lamar. They win 11 games and then they're like a playoff team. It's a late first-round pick. So honestly, I would totally give that up if I was Indianapolis. I know there's going to be a lot of pushback for that from that 4th overall pick, but I'd rather take the sure thing and give up an extra first-round pick than take a crapshoot on another quarterback with the probably the 3rd best quarterback in the draft because Panthers are getting one at the 1st overall pick, Texans are getting one at 2. And so, and if someone trades into 3, ahead of Indianapolis there, you might end up with the fourth best quarterback in the draft all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'll take Lamar.
Who's that quarterback who everyone's saying is a Josh Allen kind of fellow?
Are you thinking of Will Levis, the white one, or the black one from Florida?
The white one, I think.
He reminds a lot of people of Josh Allen. He's very raw. Could end up being good. The other guy's Anthony Richardson, who absolutely blew everyone away at the combine. And that's who I'm thinking the Ravens replace Lamar with in this situation where they get themselves a top 5 draft pick. You know, you take Anthony Richardson at 4, pretty similar play style to Lamar. He's a little bit bigger. And of course, you're going to have to develop a whole nother quarterback, which is like, so ideally, I mean, if you're the Ravens, you keep Lamar. But if you can't, for whatever reason, go out there, you get Anthony Richardson. And all these like scenarios, I have them getting like a different quarterback, whether it's trading for another quarterback, like a quarterback swap, or drafting Anthony Richardson. Because I feel like if you don't have Lamar, you go after Richardson and you just try to develop him. And maybe you start Tyler Huntley for a game or two.
Or maybe you don't.
But I mean, that just reminds me of like Josh Allen's rookie year. He didn't play the first game. Nathan Peterman did. They got destroyed by the Ravens actually in that game. And then Josh Allen played like the rest of the season. Or like when Deshaun Watson got drafted by the Texans, Tom Savage started that game against the Jaguars, and then he got destroyed, and then Watson started until he tore his ACL in like week 6. But I think if that's the way the Ravens go, it's like Anthony Richardson is starting by like week 4 at the latest.
Yeah. The reason that they wouldn't have Lamar is because they don't want to pay him.
They don't want to pay him, and
why.
it doesn't help that Lamar doesn't have an agent either. And so he's trying to do all these negotiations kind of by himself, but also like his mom is involved in it. And also there's another guy who's like not his agent, but like acting as his agent. And Lamar's like, I don't know who that is, but also they're working together. It's a mess.
Get an agent is my recommendation.
Especially if you're like a big name player. Like, you know, there's some like, you know, more like, I guess mid-level players or whatever that are their own agents. Because, you know, then you don't have to give up whatever the percentage is of your contract to the agent. And so that's like the plus side of it there. But then, I mean, having that agent saves you this entire headache. If Lamar had an agent, he probably would have been signed like 2 years ago. And this wouldn't even be an issue.
Yeah, probably.
And he'd have his money because he's made like 50 or like Josh Allen got signed 2 years ago, the same draft class. Allen's made like $50 million more over the last 2 years because he's got that agent. He got that deal done. And so I guess get an agent, I guess. I don't know.
I would.
John's eating Panda Express right now on the podcast. That's unnecessary. Another popular landing spot for Lamar is the Falcons. That would involve like the 8th overall pick and a 2024 first, which again, ideally for a team like Atlanta, you know, maybe you sneak into the playoffs next year and it's a pick in the 20s. And then of course the 8th overall pick, which maybe they can still get Anthony Richardson in 8, or maybe they have to trade up, you know, with the Colts or with the Cardinals, some team like that, to go up and get a quarterback that they want. Because, I mean, I can't see them going into the season only with Tyler Huntley at quarterback. You can't do that if you're Baltimore. If you're doing that, you're just punting on the season. You're like 2-15. Here we come.
I think Huntley can do a little bit better than 2-15. He's not terrible, but he's definitely not a starter.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not a fantastic roster either. And I feel like part of the reason they've been solid on offense over the last couple of years is because of Lamar. Lamar's been carrying them, like literally, until he gets hurt at the end of the season, and then they go on a big losing streak because Lamar's carrying them.
Yeah, it's I think if Tyler Huntley was on the 49ers or like the Eagles or a good team, he could be all right.
He'd be all right. He wouldn't be a Jalen Hurts though. Like he does not have that.
He'd get them. He'd
maybe win the NFC Championship game for the 49ers. He's better than Josh Johnson.
Yeah, I think he would have. I think that game would have been all him. But they're not. The Ravens are not the 49ers. They have.
Mm-mm. They don't have all that help. They don't have CMC and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle.
Aren't they losing some like vets too?
Who?
The Ravens. They're losing some people, and they're not really doing much about it.
I don't know if they've lost really any big names because like they still got Mark Andrews. J.K. Dobbins is still around. I mean, who cares who they have at receiver?
No one.
I don't know. Maybe our Ravens fan, our one listener, can let us know if they've lost anyone else. There's no one else I can really think of. I think the big story really has just been Lamar
Yeah, maybe
in
I'm tripping.
Baltimore.
Maybe I'm tripping. It's might have been another team.
So yeah, him going to Atlanta, and then again them trading up and probably getting someone like an Anthony Richardson, and then another team. This is just for picks again. Commanders with the 16th overall pick, and then a 2024 first 16. You probably got to trade up. The Ravens do have, I believe, the 22nd overall pick, so maybe you pair those picks up, move into the top 10, and get Anthony Richardson or I guess Will Levis, but I feel like Richardson would be a much better fit there in Baltimore. And then I decided, let's get a little spicy. Patriots trade for Lamar, send over Mac Jones to be the quarterback of the Ravens. He's not great, but he's better than Tyler Huntley in my opinion. And then they get a second round pick this year, which would be 46th overall, and then a 2024 first round pick, which again, like these feel very cheap, but it almost like with the almost like disinterest there is in Lamar, it feels very realistic. And I say cheap like relative to the Deshaun Watson trade last year.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't go out to a bunch of massage parlors, I think you'll get your money's worth because he was better than Deshaun Watson in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still better than Deshaun Watson, even if Deshaun Watson...
Especially right now because Deshaun has not looked the same.
If Deshaun Watson got up to where he used to be, I think Lamar is still better than him.
Yeah.
And you can get him cheaper because no one wants him, apparently.
I guess so. And the Patriots need to make... All these teams need to make a move, honestly. Like the Colts, like I said, Chris Ballard's on like his 5th quarterback in 5 years. He needs to save his job because if he doesn't do that this year, he's probably going to get canned. Arthur Smith going into his 3rd year coaching the Falcons. A lot of times 3rd year is like, boom or bust for a head coach. It's like make the playoffs or you're going to be fired. And so he needs something like that because, Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke, you're going to, put your job on the line with those guys. I don't love that for him. And then Commanders also they haven't had a quarterback since Kirk Cousins in 2018. So
bummer.
They need a quarterback there as well. And then Patriots, like Mac Jones he's fine, but you got to make a move. There is some talk about this might be like a playoff or bust year for Bill Belichick. Like if they don't make the playoffs and have another losing season, the owner came out and he was talking about how that'd be great if Bill Belichick, he's like 30 wins away from the all-time record, but he's like, we're not here to, go after records. We're here to win football games, which I guess if he does win football games, he'll get to that record faster. So come on, Bill, make a move, I guess. But I don't want the Patriots to be good. I love that they're the bottom of the AFC East.
I'm a big fan too.
And I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Did you see the quote from Belichick when people asked him, what would you say to fans to give them hope for the future?
Nothing.
And he was like, look at the last 25 years. He said it like that too, because that's how he always talks. But he's just like, remember all the Super Bowls we won. It's like, that's not hope for the future, Bill.
Yeah, look at last year.
Look at the Cam Newton year. Oh, we don't want to remember that.
Whoops.
I'm okay with remembering that, but
I don't know what that is.
He was their quarterback after Brady left in 2020. Cam Newton was their quarterback. Cam Newton thrown into the dirt was their quarterback.
That's a bummer.
I
don't know why, but I blanked on Cam Newton, like the person of Cam Newton, for just a minute there. I was
well, it's because you weren't a fan when he was like MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You've kind of just known bum Cam Newton.
Yeah. Who are all these randoms?
Yeah, he was terrible at his pro day. He was like overthrowing receivers and stuff. Like, retire, honestly, Cam. It was nice when you were here, but
it wasn't when
you don't got it anymore. You haven't been able to throw since 2017. Another trade. This would be so we're up in the sauce a little bit on this one. That Patriots went a little bit saucy.
Sauce.
How about this one? Dolphins.
I know
Tua.
them.
Ooh, or not Tua. They have Tua.
They do.
They get rid of him. They get Lamar. Ooh, fastest offense like in NFL history right there because you got Lamar, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle, got Raheem Mostert. Trade away Tua to the Ravens. So that's an upgrade over Mac Jones. So it'd be better for them. Slightly worse second round pick, but 56 or 51st overall as opposed to 46th, and then a 2024 first as well. And maybe you throw something else in there too. Dolphins don't have a first round pick this year though because tampering because their owner brought Tom Brady onto a boat. So they can't trade that away. So maybe even like a 2025 first if the Ravens want another first for him. I like that trade though.
I don't because he's gonna be coming into my division and
Yeah, that'd be scary, dude. If Rodgers officially ever does go to the Jets, oh, that's a fun division.
we're gonna
right
be
there.
bottom right there with the Patriots. No,
Bills are gonna go 10-7 and miss the playoffs.
Stop, dude. No.
Oh, that'd be fun. I just really want to see that for the Dolphins.
That'd be
And,
a
like-
stacked division. The AFC would be crazy.
Oh my gosh! And then Tua. I mean, I want Tua to be good. I just haven't seen it. But maybe he'd be solid in Baltimore. Maybe he'll get you to 10 games. I guess. I
Boom
don't
or
know.
bust. That's what he is.
Yes, very much so. And they are familiar with both sides of Tua from week 2 of last year. It started a bust and then it went boom. 6 touchdowns later and a 24-point choke lead or whatever it was. Those bird teams, man, they'll get you. And then this last one, I think you're going to like this one. Sending Lamar over in exchange for Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions. And then a couple first-round picks.
Okay. I see
Send
that.
him over to Detroit. I think that'd be fun.
I think Detroit kind of just doesn't want to be good because they just freaking did they trade Jamal Williams?
No, but his contract is up and they didn't re-sign it, even though he wanted to be back.
I hate.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there in their running back room. But I think this would be a good trade for them. It would involve the 6th overall pick that the Lions have, so they'd send that over to Baltimore, where they still probably draft, Anthony Richardson, whoever they want, and then just have Jared Goff play this year, and then you cut him the next year because his dead cap is only $5 million. It'd be $10 million this year, and then Lions immediately get a big upgrade at quarterback. Goff is still very solid, so I mean, if the Ravens were comfortable with Jared Goff going into the future, use those 2 picks to give him some weapons, upgrade your defense a little bit. Yeah, it's a downgrade at quarterback, but overall it's kind of like an upgrade as a team there. And so that could honestly be a win-win for both teams.
I think Jared Goff can sling that meat, like for real.
Being that being the football.
Yeah, the pigskin, the meat. A pigskin is meat, right?
And that's the stuff that goes outside of the meat when it's on
Yeah,
the
but
pig.
it counts as meat, though, right?
I don't think so.
So
I
Jared
don't think
Goff,
skin counts as
well, he can sling the meat regardless, and
okay.
I think he's better than Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins got them 12 wins or 13.
They got up to 30. I wouldn't say Kirk Cousins got them there. He was the quarterback when they got 13 wins.
Yeah, and they had a good running back on the Lions, or not on the Lions.
Not on the lines anymore either.
Not in the Lions anymore either. No, the
On the
Vikings had
Vikings?
a good quarter or a good running back,
Top receiver.
second, third.
I mean, Lamar
Whatever
throwing to
receiver.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's like his best receiver he ever played with in the NFL.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown's really good, but he's not.
He's not, top 10 necessarily.
He's
but
not Justin Jefferson. I think he can get better with age because he's not that old, is he? He's 23.
He's only
24?
in his second year, so he's probably 23, maybe 24.
Yeah, so I think he could be really good next year, year after that.
And you just add Lamar into that mix there. Ooh, baby. If he can stay healthy, that might be the Lions' division.
Yeah, with Devontae Swift being there for a power back, or not power back, he's whatever he does.
Like a kind of pass catching, he's more of an elusive back.
Yeah, Austin Eckler, CMC. I really want the Lions to do good. I love Dan Campbell. But what the frick? Just, I hope they get Lamar. For that, I hope they get Lamar.
I think that'd be a lot of fun to have Lamar on the Lions there.
I think.
I mean, I would hate that as a Packers fan, but like if I just take that out of it as a football fan, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I want the Lions to win that division.
I could see that. I could see them winning. I could see them kind of taking the league by storm and winning 12 games.
I hope so.
I hope not. I hope Jordan Love goes undefeated and wins the Super Bowl.
I kind of hope so too. Like if he goes undefeated and wins the Super Bowl, that's crazy.
That'd be freaking wild. What if Jordan Love just throws 60 touchdowns next year? And we're like, we had this guy on the bench. We had this bum Aaron Rodgers over him. What if Jordan Love, because that's how Patrick Mahomes was. He just came out of nowhere, threw 13 touchdowns in his first 3 games. Yeah. I was like, what if Jordan Love just did that? Throw 7 touchdowns in his first game.
That's the record, isn't it? 7 in one game?
Yeah, he just doesn't his first. A boy can dream. It's the off season. It's hope season. Every team is good right now.
Except for the Bills, man.
Except for the Bills. Everyone hates the Bills. I saw a video that was the NFL if it was middle school or something like that, and it'd be it was players, and it was Josh Allen, the kid that nobody hates, and I was like, when was this made?
He's really lovable, but
everyone hates him because he didn't win a
seen so
Super Bowl
much-
this year.
I know. It's because Patrick Mahomes is a better slinger of the meat than him.
Again, I don't think that means what you think it means.
That's what it means.
No, I don't think so. I think you throw the pigskin.
Well,
no, I think you're saying it wrong.
Whatever, but Josh Allen can hold the meat better and run it.
Again, like, you don't have to use that term. I think you can just call it a football.
I want to sound professional here, and so I'm saying,
no, that is pretty
meat.
Okay. Also, update: players can now wear the number 0. That's cool, I guess.
What?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley is the first player now. He like immediately jumped on that and was like,
who's
0.
Calvin Ridley?
Receiver that used to play for the Falcons. He got suspended for betting, and he got traded to the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's gonna rock number 0, which is how much money he won off of all that betting, because he can't do negative numbers.
And how many games he played
last year?
Because of that.
Kickers can also wear now the numbers between 0 and 49, and also 90 to 99. And I'm just gonna say, if my kicker's tried out there wearing 36, I'm not expecting him to hit any kicks.
If he's going out there wearing 95, I'm not gonna.
If he's wearing anything above 19 if he's wearing double-digit numbers, honestly, like, I want my kicker to wear 7.
I want my kicker to wear 9.
Yeah,
Matt Gay wears 9, I think.
I don't know what number he wears. I want my kicker to wear 4. You know, like
Frosty wears 9.
He wears 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tripping then. Maybe Matt Gay does not wear.
And also, if you wear number 0, that's the number of field goals I'm expecting you to make. Don't change your number to be 47, okay? If you're a freaking kicker, okay? That just looks ugly.
Bene's really passionate about kickers.
For real. And we know all the kickers that listen to us.
This is what happens in the offseason. Bene rants.
We get upset about numbers. I also don't like that the number rule changed in the first place. But, you know, I'm old school, I guess. But not that old school, back to when numbers were more loose. Like, I'm not that old school. Just like 2004.
I like it like just exactly the way I like it.
I want it the way I grew up with it.
Okay.
So we're also going to be doing some start bench cut today. What do you say?
I say whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop indeed. We're going to start off with some quarterbacks, some higher end quarterbacks. Where do you rank these guys for start bench cut? You got Lamar Jackson. We just talked about him a lot. Jalen Hurts.
Cut. And
Justin Herbert.
Oh.
I feel like those are 3 good quarterbacks that you start bench cut with. What are you taking?
I feel.
You don't know how you feel, do you?
Who are the quarterbacks?
Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert.
Okay, I am benching Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cutting Lamar, and I'm starting.
Really?
Yeah. Here's why. Herbert is good, but he has that. What is it? The Chargers. He loses.
Yeah. He plays for the Chargers. That's his problem.
I just can't shake the idea of him
choking a 27-point
being
lead
a
in the
Charger.
playoffs.
Yeah, like that's all I see him as. I don't see him as an elite quarterback in my head. I know he's good, but I don't see him up.
Social media quarterback is what you called him.
I said a lot of things, but I just can't see him as. I don't know. It's a mental block for me that I can't really see him as like that good.
So you're benching him?
I'm benching him. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cutting Lamar because I don't know.
And you're going to start Jalen Hurts?
I like Jalen Hurts because he's very explosive. He can, and maybe that was just his offense.
And you hated Jalen Hurts in the regular season.
Didn't like him, no. I hated his guts.
I thought that's an interesting way to do it. I had to go in the complete opposite way.
I'm sure. Yeah,
I'm starting Lamar. I'm benching Herbert. I'm cutting Hurts. Love Jalen Hurts, but I like the other 2 quarterbacks better.
Okay. Yeah, we both bench Herbert, though. So
we both benched Herbert. We at least could agree on that.
Herbert's a bench boy.
How about some more, kind of mid-level quarterbacks? Kirk Cousins, Geno Smith, Jared Goff. You already talked about the difference between Cousins and Goff.
I'm cutting Cousins. Perk Cousins.
That guy.
Perk Thuggins. I'm cutting him because I don't like him. He's an old-looking dude, and
I like Kirk Cousins, but like on the field, like okay, whatever.
He beat the Bills, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Well, the Bills kind of beat themselves in that game, but
yeah, it was not. They weren't throwing.
Josh Allen turned over twice in key moments.
Yeah, he was not slinging the best meat that day.
Again, like
that's.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Okay, well, I'm gonna live my dreams. Okay, I'm gonna start. I'll bench Geno because he played really well this year.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I'll start Geno. Over
Goff
Goff, and I'll
you're
bench Goff.
cutting Cousins.
Cutting Cousins.
That's the same order I was going to go in.
Okay.
Start Geno, bench Goff. I thought you might start Goff, but I mean Geno was slinging the pigskin this year.
What is it?
The pigskin. That's the way that you say it.
The pig's
properly.
meat.
And again, like you're so close, but
That bacon?
You're so far. That's better. That works better.
Why is that better?
You know, it's just like the way that it rolls off the tongue.
Oh, I like.
How about some more mid-level quarterbacks? We're getting even more mid here. All right. Tua, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott. Start, bench, cut.
Man.
It's tough, isn't it?
I'm going to start. Is it healthy Tua?
Yeah.
I'm starting healthy Tua, obviously.
Okay.
I'm going to cut Dak. And because he's a Cowboy, and that's why.
Okay.
No, the reason I cutting Dak is he tied the league in interceptions with like I think 4 or 5 less games
Mm-hmm.
than can't remember who else had it, but he had a lot of turnovers, and he can't I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because he's a Cowboy, but he can't really do clutch things.
It's the same thing that Justin Herbert has.
Yeah, but it's more of a Cowboy.
They both got the disease.
Yeah, he kind of sucks in clutch moments.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially with Ezekiel Elliott as your center.
I love how that was Ezekiel Elliott's last play as a Cowboy.
I think it's hilarious how he just got steamrolled and the guy just kind of stopped and stared at Dak.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I did my job.
So you're starting Tua, you're benching Carr, and you're cutting Dak?
I think so.
I think I'm gonna start Dak. I know he's coming off a bad year, but he's still a pretty good quarterback. Then Tua and Carr, that's really close. I think I'm gonna. Man, that's tough. I'm gonna bench Carr. I think I'm gonna cut Tua. But honestly, that's very interchangeable. But I'm gonna bench Carr and cut Tua.
Yeah, but Carr didn't have a brain aneurysm this year.
Carr also had a bad season, though.
He had a bad season, but he didn't have a brain aneurysm.
All these guys had bad seasons.
And he still didn't throw 6 touchdowns in a game. So with that ceiling, I think that's why I'm starting him.
That's fair.
And the floor of Dak Prescott is what got him cut.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so
fair.
low. And I think Carr doesn't have a very high ceiling, but his floor isn't that low. From what I've seen, I didn't watch too many Raiders
He's a
games.
solid starter. You know, he's a very average quarterback. I think all these guys are pretty average. I think Dak is like slightly above average. I think I might have had him at like 10 in my quarterback rankings, which was that high? Maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to put them as average quarterbacks when they're like the best 50 quarterbacks in the world right now. They're like the best people at slinging the meat right now, and they're the best people at the pigskin throwing, and it's just kind of their average. It's just because they can't do the other things that other quarterbacks can do. I'm sure they'd be really, really good in the 40s or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like MVP.
Hall of Famer
in the 40s.
Derek Carr.
Hall of Famer Derek Carr in
All right.
1943.
So we're just going to keep going down the list of quarterbacks.
Uh-oh.
We're going to go Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. Start, bench, cut.
That's a hard one.
It is.
I don't like that one.
Who's your starter? You have these 3 options. You have to start your season with this guy. Who is your quarterback?
I'm going to take Daniel Jones as my starter because he can at least throw.
He can at least manage the game.
He can manage a game. He can throw. I feel like Justin Fields refused to throw, kind of, because that's why he had 1,200 yards, because he just he'd be like, nope, I'm not throwing any of you.
I mean, he didn't have anyone really to throw to.
Yeah, but there was wide open receivers sometimes, and he wouldn't throw to them, or he'd miss them. And I didn't see too many games. I just saw some highlights, or lowlights.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Isn't though? No, that's fine.
I'm gonna drink your soda.
Please don't. Don't cut that. Don't cut that. I want them all to see you do that, and the awkward silence and the sound you made.
It was good. I'm gonna jinx you more. Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson.
I'm cutting Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cutting him because of his year. If it was like overall, I'd have him start, I think.
Yeah, but you're going into 2023.
I'm going into 2023 with these guys. I'm cutting Russell Wilson and I'm benching Justin Fields. If I need like in that college game we watched, they have two quarterbacks and one of them's better at running, and they'll put the better one that's running sometimes. So
run it two quarterbacks. I mean, Daniel Jones at like 700 rushing yards too, though.
Yeah, but that's not
Vanilla
1,200.
Vic out there.
It's not 1,200 though.
It's not. See, I think I'm going to start Daniel Jones so he can at least manage the game. I'm going to keep Russ on my bench though. You know, he looked better when Nathaniel Hackett wasn't his coach. I think he's still got that old Russell Wilson magic inside of him. And then I'm going to cut Justin Fields. I think he's going to develop into a good quarterback, but if I'm going into this season and I need to win, I'm not looking to develop someone. I'm looking for someone who can, at least hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley.
He could do that, I think.
You can do that. All right, now we're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. Quarterbacks again. Start, bench, cut. Zach Wilson.
Bench.
Davis Mills. Tyler Huntley.
I'm starting Huntley. I'm cutting Zach Wilson because I don't like him. And the other guy's on my bench, I guess.
Davis Mills.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about them anymore. We're done now.
Yeah, I think it is tough. I think I am going to start Huntley. I think I'm going to do the same thing you did. Starting Huntley, benching Mills, and then cutting Wilson, mostly because Tyler Huntley can run. And at least he adds that other threat to my offense that like Davis Mills can't. I think Davis Mills is a better thrower of the ball than Huntley, which isn't really saying a ton because neither of them are that great at throwing in the NFL. But yeah, maybe I'll run a two quarterback system with them too.
Yeah.
All right, running backs. Start, bench, cut. Aaron Jones.
Okay.
Tony Pollard, Jamal Williams.
I'm starting Pollard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping Williams, and I'm cutting Aaron Jones.
Really?
Yeah. I think Pollard is one of the best in the league right now.
Very explosive.
That's the word I use sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Williams had 17 touchdowns. Crazy.
I thought he had like 18 or 19.
He had a lot.
He had a lot.
Teens. It wasn't 20.
Regardless. Definitely not 20.
Yeah. And I think Pollard would have been up there if Zeke wasn't stealing all his goal line work.
Oh, yeah, for touchdowns. Yeah.
Touchdowns-wise, I think he could have been closer to Jamal Williams there. And I think Jamal Williams is so much better than Ezekiel Elliott was this year. And if he was in that goal line position, I think they could work really well together because it's not like a start. It's
yeah,
like a
I
start
like
and
that.
bench.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Jones is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I prefer Tony Pollard, and I really like Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Maybe it's biased because I really like Jamal Williams as a person, or from what I've seen. I don't know. He could be like a terrible person. But like all the clips and stuff I see and like interviews and
What if
stuff.
it turns out Jamal Williams is just like an awful human being?
I don't like that.
That'd be so sad. I like Jamal Williams.
Yeah, stop talking. I don't like it. I like this. Aaron Jones can go play for someone else. Maybe you.
Okay. I think I'll pick him up, and I am going to be starting Aaron Jones. And then, yeah, I'm going to go Aaron Jones, bench Tony Pollard, and cut Jamal Williams. I really like Jamal Williams as well, but, I mean, got to cut somebody. So,
yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
That's what I was thinking, too. If I could keep all three of them, I would. Put
That'd
them
be
all
great.
three in there, have no...
Imagine Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams on the same team.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Unbelievable. Crazy backfield. Unstoppable. Definitely winning the Super Bowl. Start, bench, cut. Here we go. We got some higher running backs here. Josh Jacobs.
Higher? Oh.
Nick Chubb. Saquon Barkley.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm gonna... That was really loud. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm gonna keep Chubb and start him
Mm-hmm.
because I think he's the best running back in the league, just as like technique-wise and the way he runs. From what I've heard and seen, and I don't watch a lot of Browns games, but
I mean, who can blame you?
no one. And it's Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
Gosh, dang it, man.
That's tough.
I don't really like. It could go either way, honestly. I mean, most yards in the league, and Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Saquon?
26 probably.
How old is Josh Jacobs?
He's probably 24. So they're both pretty young still.
I didn't see Jacobs play a lot. I just saw his stats and his highlights.
Because why would you watch Raiders games?
Don't know why. I mean, they have 2 good offensive players. That's it.
And Jimmy Garoppolo now, so maybe you'll watch.
Maybe. Kind of hot. Man, I'll take Saquon. I like Saquon a lot. He was on one of my fantasy teams. He did me good.
Same. I'm going to go, I agree with you. I think Nick Chubb is the best running back out of those 3. And again, it's a coin flip for me between Saquon and Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs, though, and then I'm going to cut Saquon.
Do you know why?
Because I want to be different than you.
Did you have it written down beforehand and had Saquon?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing these right now.
Yeah, it could go either way there. That's really tough.
I got 2 more prepared here, both wide receivers. Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp. Stephon Diggs. I knew this would be a tough one for you.
I'm starting Kupp.
Yeah?
He was the best receiver.
1,900 yards.
Yeah.
Triple crown.
Crazy numbers, and he didn't get the MVP, which is gnarly and succulent. Not for him. Gnarly's the wrong word there.
It really is. That's the wrong context.
Yeah, he catches the meat, and but I'm starting him, and gosh dang it, that is really. I know Stephon Diggs is a better receiver
than Chase.
Yes, I think I'm taking Diggs because he's him, and I don't feel good about it. So
and you're gonna cut Jamar Chase.
I don't like. Stop.
I'm gonna start Cooper Kupp as well, except I'm going to then bench Jamar Chase, and I'm gonna cut Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. Do you have a reasoning or just different?
I mean, I do like Jamar Chase better as a receiver, but again, like you can't really go wrong with any of these. I mean, you could cut Cooper Kupp and start Jamar and bench Stephon Diggs.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah,
I think
maybe part of that's just because Kupp only played half the season last year, and that's affecting my mind.
I think Cooper Kupp is hands down the best receiver out of those 3.
Yeah,
and I think that Stephon Diggs is a better receiver. I think I know that, but I still feel bad about putting him. Like, I don't know. I don't like this one. I don't like these videos.
Last one here. So I went to the more of the bottom of the barrel in terms of wide receivers now. Got Gabe Davis.
Okay.
Christian Watson.
Okay.
Jerry Jeudy.
Okay, so Jerry Jeudy is not coming to mind right now on who he is.
Wide receiver for the Broncos. He had about 900 yards and probably 4 or 5 touchdowns, but he has hands of stone.
Yeah. I'll cut him, I guess. I mean,
he had more receiving yards than Watson or Davis.
Yeah, but Watson and Davis are both solid deep threats. Or Watson was later in the season, and he had that crazy game that we went to. Popped off 3 touchdowns in a game.
Best day of my life.
Probably, yeah. Of your life, it was pretty.
Also
cool
of your
me,
life. No, that was the day you became a Packers fan for 4 days.
That is true. That happened. Gabe Davis pops off in the
playoffs that one time.
In the playoffs at one time, but that's kind of it. I really want another receiver on the Bills. I'd really like to get. Who was that receiver rumored to come?
Hopkins.
Hopkins might be coming. That would be super cool. I'd love that. Gabe Davis is okay.
Yeah.
And just because of Watson's performance this year, like his second half performance, it's kind of like scaring me because like maybe this next year he'll do another, but like it'll be reversed. He'll play good for the first half
and then just
be
disappear
terrible
in the second half.
Yeah, it won't disappear.
Probably not if the Packers are going undefeated and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is something that may happen. He'll catch 40 of those touchdowns that Jordan Love throws.
40 of the 60.
40 of the 60, yeah. And Jordan Love will run in another 20.
Yep.
I'll start Christian Watson. And I'm going to bench. I'll bench Jerry Jeudy.
Oh. I'm cutting Gabe Davis.
I'm cutting Gabe Davis. Don't love Gabe Davis.
Davis?
Yeah, he's kind of weird on their TikTok. He's kind of goofy looking.
I haven't seen a Bills TikTok in a minute. It makes me sad that they're not winning football games right now.
I wish they were.
I was really hoping they'd win the Super Bowl just so I could see a Bills TikTok.
Eagles, what happened?
And a
then,
James TikTok.
And then like a bunch of Vine booms and like sirens and alerts and like, boy, what?
And a bunch of tables getting crushed.
Yeah, Vine booms. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah,
But
I think I agree with your order there. I'm gonna start Christian Watson. Yeah, I was gonna bench Jerry Jeudy and cut Gabe Davis. I thought you were gonna bench Gabe Davis, but you did not.
I was thinking about it, and then I was thinking about how much I don't like Gabe Davis when he's on the field. I'm like, bro, get open more so that you can get the ball.
You almost
more.
cut 2 Bills receivers.
I know. I benched
benched
one.
Diggs, but you got close to cutting him.
Yeah,
So.
I've said a lot of things today.
You did say a lot of things. That's what the podcast is for. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. If you want to go ahead, leave a review on iTunes, on Spotify, leave a comment on YouTube. That'd be pretty awesome. And Moisture. And let us know more things that we should do in the off season, because we're just getting started.
We're plumb out of ideas.
We'll do some draft talk or whatever, but neither of us really watch that much college football. So
or really care for that matter.
NFL is life.
I like it when they
Nothing
throw
else.
the pig meat around and they catch it.
We're going to have to
and
talk
really-
off camera.
Okay.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.